What up, weebs? Welcome back to the Slice of Otaku channel. It's Lawrence and I'm back again with yet another video. First off, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are not already. And of course, click on that bell notification so you don't miss video updates when I produce a video. And of course, to those who have subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. You're awesome. Keep at it. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about what I will be watching this upcoming fall 2021 anime season. That's a mouthful. It took me a while to actually come up with the list of what I'll be watching this fall because there's been several changes over the course of the couple of months. There were some animes that was slated for a fall release but got pushed to next year, you know, such as like Shield Hero and Date Alive. So I thought I want to finalize this list before I actually do one of these videos. So far I've done a couple of videos that is like this. I've done a summer and a spring video of what I was watching. So I hope that videos like this will be very useful to you guys, especially if you are in the market for that new anime. And also if you're just looking for what's good to watch, because some of these series is probably it's either A, you've never heard of, or B, you've heard of the source material like a manga or a light novel. So hopefully this might have some use to you to keep you warm, to keep you entertained till the end of the year. First off, there's two things. I will not be including any animes that started somewhere during the summer. So things like Hiki or Jahi-sama and Fena, they will not be included in this list. Only because I think that they belong with the rest of the summer crew. I did a video about sort of summer kind of review, if you will. Please check it out. I'll leave a link in the description down below as well. Number two, so any of these animes are not organized based on rank. They're just organized in how I saw them. So I'm by no means rating them in terms of quality based on how I number them, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so now
let us get into it. Let's go.
So first thing on the list, Mushoku Tensei Izukai, the Izukai Itara Honki desu second season, or the second core, if you will. So this anime, I did not know this anime existed or the series existed. It was actually a family member that got me into this anime. And he said, you should watch this. This is interesting. It's Izukai. I initially thought, oh, it's just another Izukai. But when I watched it, goddamn, that was so good. This was such a great anime. The visuals, splendid. You can't. This is probably one of the best aesthetically appealing anime that I've seen in a very long time. Sound quality, refreshing, and storyline is not bad. The source material of this is from a light novel, and I think there's more than 10 volumes of the light novel now, and it's still going, if I'm not mistaken. So there is quite a bit of source material here. It's actually interesting that they title it as a second season when technically, as far as I know, this is only the second core, meaning this is technically part of the first season. And rumors has it that a second season and a third season has already been commissioned. So very much so looking forward to that. The studio that animated this actually just started their studio because of this anime. So you know, big dollar people are that confident that this series can carry a studio. And I very much agree. This has been a really wonderful series, and I'm very much looking forward to what happens with Rudius' journey. So if you have not watched this anime, or I'm not gonna give you full details of what this anime is all about, but if you have not watched this anime, change that before the anime season. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this one starts on October 3rd. First episode. The next thing on the list, we are now talking about, and this is the one anime that I'm very much excited about, Komisan wa Komishu desu, or Komisan Can't Communicate. This is one of those mangas that I wanted to get animated so bad, and we're finally getting. I think right now the manga is in chapter 300, so I'm actually quite surprised that it took the studios this long to pick this anime up. But at the end of the day, I'm super pumped that this anime finally got an adaptation because Komisan, really good manga. I love this manga a lot. I believe Netflix is adapting this series, so it's kind of interesting. I thought for some reason Crunchyroll was gonna pick this up, but yeah, let's see what happens. So the story is very simple. Shoko Komi, the titular character, it's Komi's first day of a prestigious high school. She has a long black hair and a tall, graceful appearance. She captures the attention of anyone who comes across her, But there's just one problem. Though despite her popularity, she suffers from a certain communications disorder. And this is what makes the story kind of appealing. I know in the later chapters, it kind of became sort of gimmicky, but I still love this series. Characters, aesthetics is very distinct, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing this animated. And also, the girl that voices Komi is the same girl that voices Kaguya from Kaguya Love is War. So, major win. So very much so excited for this. This, I believe, starts in October 7th, but I think if you're watching this in Netflix, it starts on October 21st for some reason. So if you're looking for like a sub version, it won't be for a while. And I don't know why. Apparently there's a reason for it. So it's comedy, slice of life. Watch it. Can't get enough of Komisan. I have all the mangas for this, and I can attest how good this story is. So please, if you are looking for something to watch, something in that slice of life genre, comedy, love this one. Okay, next one on the list, we are talking about Platinum End. Right now, it's commissioned for 24 episodes. 24 episodes, because this anime, if you have not heard of Platinum End, if you have not read the manga, the creators of Platinum End is Oba Tsugumi and Obata Takeshi. For anyone that is not aware, those people are the ones that created Death Note. So these two has actually once again started working together to just bring us this series anyways. This is probably one of those animes that more so that it's not just another shonen. So I'm just gonna quickly read the synopsis. So after the death of his parents, a young Mirai Kakeshi is left in case of his abusive relatives. Since then, he was become gloomy and depressed, leading him to attempt suicide on the evening of the middle of graduation. Mirai, however, is saved by the pure white girl named Nase, who introduces herself as a guardian angel. Like, to read, it was a really good manga, and I'm quite hopeful that the studio actually do this series justice, because the manga is so good that I'm very much excited to see this adapted on screen, because, man, I'm very much looking forward to this series quite heavily. It's a drama supernatural series. I urge you, if you have not heard of this series, watch it. It's gonna be a great series, hands down. So this one actually starts showing on October 8th. The next series that I'm gonna talk about is 86 Second Core. Again, it's a second season in my anime list. This is actually a second core of 86. This is one of those surprising series that I did not anticipate to be that good. I am not a big mech fan, like Gundam. I mean, I watched Gundam Wing back in the day, but I've limited experience when it comes to Gundams, really. But this one, I believe, is probably one of the better. It's human drama involved, sci-fi action. It's really gritty. If you haven't watched the first season, if you haven't watched the first core, make sure you watch it. It's a wonderful series that I think a lot of people will love. It is a little bit brutal in some sense, so it's not for the faint of heart, but I will attest that this series is hands down probably one of the spring anime's best series, period, because yeah, this was a hit and this was a surprise. So this basically just follows what happens to Lena after the events of season 1. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's a really good series. Okay, so next one is Takt Op Destiny. Okay, so Takt Op Destiny is a baby by Madhouse and Mappa Studios. I'll repeat that. That's Mappa and Madhouse baby. This is probably one of the more highly anticipated animes. It's an original anime, no source material, so I'm kind of excited on how this is gonna turn out. The synopsis is, so in the story of the anime, one day a black meteorite fell on the world. And the world completely changed. The meteorite produced grotesque monsters called D2, which started running rampant. D2 very quickly banned all music, which was the one thing able to overcome them. So that sounds to me more like a Quiet Place sort of premise. I can't wait what this series holds, not gonna lie. It looks very interesting. The trailer doesn't really say much, but it actually looks very beautifully animated. And it's Mappa, it's Madhouse. They're known for great animation. So I have high hopes for this series, and I'm very much looking forward to watching it and hopefully enjoying it. So this one starts on October 6th. Make sure you watch it. Next, okay. So this one, Now we're gonna talk about one of the one of the mangas that I'm pleasantly surprised that is gonna get an anime adaptation, and that is Shumatsu no Harem, or World's End Harem. Yes, my dudes. And this is one of those shocking adaptations that I did not anticipate. I have read the Shumatsu no Harem manga, and it's ecchi, very ecchi. And if you're a very cultured person, you would know its contents. So let me read you the synopsis, okay? The man-killer virus, a lethal disease that has eradicated 99.9% of the world's male population, Mizuhara Rieto has come into a cryogenic sleep for the past 5 years, leaving behind Tachibana Erisa, the girl of his dreams. When Rito awakens from the deep freeze, he emerges into a sex-crazed new world where he himself is the planet's most precious resource. So basically, I believe there is 99% of the males has been eradicated, and so yeah. If you think about it, this sounds to me like a very, very, very cultured plot, and rightfully so. It does have some, the manga wasn't shy. There's this paper thin margin between a doujin and a manga, and from time to time this series actually plays around the middle very, very well. So if you are into sort of ecchi and sci-fi kind of combination, check this series out. I love the manga of this one, and I'm very curious how the studio is going to animate this, because as far as I know, Crunchyroll actually picked this up. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be heavily, heavily censored, and I'm hoping that it doesn't suffer from it being censored, because some series tends to suffer if they're censored excessively. There are series like I think Mother of a Goddess Dormitory, as well as Redo of Healer. Those were heavily censored. There are web versions of it that is uncensored, but the heavily censored version, for some reason, feels incomplete. And you can see the difference between them. Sometimes the ecchi components are essential to make a more cohesive story. So I'm hoping best for this series, because I did enjoy the manga a lot. And if this was already on your list, prepare yourself. It's gonna be ecchi to the core, pretty sure. The next one is Blue Period. So Blue Period is, gonna read you the synopsis. Second year high school student Yatora Yaguchi is bored with his normal life. He studies well and plays around with his friends, but in truth, he does not enjoy either of these activities. Bound by norms, he secretly envies those who do things differently. That is until he discovers the joy of drawing. And when he sees a painting made by a member of the art club, Yatora becomes fascinated with the colors used in it. So I think it's a slice of life drama manga. I've seen this manga a lot. I haven't read the manga, so I'm only looking at this in terms of curiosity. Right now, it's already sitting at 7.82 in Mal. I think it just started actually, and I haven't started it. But Blue Period is something that I'm looking forward to watching. I will watch it very soon. But yeah, so check it out. It's if you're more into like human drama and kind of slice of life stuff, this is probably a good anime to check out, because the manga actually is getting rave reviews. So check it out and go to town with it. All right. The next thing on the list, we're gonna talk about Yashahime. Yashahime. If you've watched Yashahime last year, you know that it was chaos. You know that the story was just, it had no flow. It left more questions than answered. And I'm excited to watch this series solely because it's more for kind of a closure. The first season basically took everything away, and I'm asking for them to give it back. That's basically what I'm feeling about going into this series, because I mean, aesthetically it looks like Inuyasha. The story was just like so all over the place that it does warrant a second season, only to answer a lot of the questions that it gives. So I'm watching this series to hopefully get some semblance of normalcy with the Inuyasha universe. I don't anticipate this getting a third season. Hopefully it doesn't get a third season, because yeah, hopefully they don't do us dirty and somehow overextend their welcome when they don't need to. I'm still excited to watching it, only to get that closure. So yeah, Yashahime, This one starts October 2nd, so this coming weekend actually. Next, we're gonna talk about Saihetano Paladin, and this one, I know nothing about this series. I've heard good things about this series. I heard the light novel is quite good, and I'm looking forward to watching it. So the synopsis is, in the city of the dead, long since ruined and far from human civilization, lives a single human child. His name is Will, and he's being raised by 3 undead. The hardy skeletal warrior Blood, the graceful mummified priestess Mary, and the crotchety spectral sorcerer Gus. So the 3 pour love into the boy and teach him all they know. But one day, Will starts to wonder, who am I? Will must unravel the mystery. So its genre is adventure fantasy. I don't know what to expect this series. The trailer looks decent. Again, didn't give a lot away, so but I'm very much excited to seeing what this series is gonna be all about. But yeah, so this one starts October the 9th. The last anime on my list is Kaginado. Kaginado is essentially like a crossover animation between some franchises like Cant, Canon, Air, Clanad, and Little Busters. I know 2 out of 3 of these series, and I'm kind of curious on how this is gonna play out. I've loved series like Izukai Quartet. I'm very hopeful for this series because I love Izukai Quartet, so hopefully this will follow the same sort of lot of satire, a lot of parody from each of the animes that I've mentioned, because it's a slice of life, it's a comedy. Sometimes those things are welcome, more so than anything in this world. Anyways, there are so much more animes this coming season, so I can't really go over them without really like overextending my welcome. Anyways, that being said, are there any animes in my list that is also in your list that you're actually anticipating and watching? Which ones are there? Let me know in the comment section down below. If any of these animes that I've mentioned are also on your list, what are your level of excitement? Because mine is a mixed bag. So I'm very much looking forward to this anime season, and hopefully this season doesn't disappoint, because we all know what it's like to live through very, very sad anime season. And so far, based on the stuff that is out there, based on the stuff that is available to watch, I do think that we might get a fairly decent anime season, and mind you, we need that. This is not just the only anime that I'll be watching. I will be watching other things as well. I'm gonna be doing a video sometime like a mid-season awards, kind of like how they are faring so far. And I'll make that report card for you. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video in particular. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. You're awesome. Stay weeby, folks. As always, my name is Lawrence. That's the case then. I'll talk to you later. Bye!